Hey guys, Patch Dre, coming back to you after a little bit of absence, but coming back with a renewed sense of mission and purpose. I'm an award-winning writer, a published cartoonist, a board-certified hypnotherapist, and on this channel we talk about the Platonic idea of the daemon. We interpret dreams, we discuss Joseph Campbell and the hero's journey, and if you had to put all of that under a tent, the name of that tent would be Making the Unconscious Conscious. And so today what we're going to do is we're going to analyze a dream that's been sent in by one of our YouTube subscribers. This dream is by from someone named Diane Carroll, not that Diane Carroll. But it goes like this. I was walking along a dirt path and noticed to my right was a huge cliff. Then I saw a part of a vacuum cleaner partway down the cliff. As I tried to reach the vacuum part, I fell and landed on top of a giant wine barrel. I started calling for help because it was way too far down to jump off of it. I woke up calling out for help. I think I figured out what this dream means, that I'm crazy, LOL. And so, no, that's the first thing I want to say to Diane. This dream does not mean you're crazy. It's a lot of confusing images, but dreams speak the language of images. They speak the language of metaphor. And so if we try to approach them from a rational, systematic process like we would just normal life events, then they don't seem to make a lot of sense. But basically, let's start at the beginning. You're walking down a dirt path. And so, what is a dirt path? Well, a regular path, a regular road is paved because a lot of people travel on it and it needs to be in good condition. But a dirt path implies a path that not a lot of people are taking. So the first thing I would say is this dream kind of seems to be recognizing that maybe you may be traveling on your own path. You may be going a way that not a lot of people tend to go on. And as you're going on this path, you look to your right and you see a cliff. And so that's potential danger. And I think that makes a lot of sense. When we go our own way, when we don't go the way of the crowd, there are some dangers involved. And so you, apparently because you're a brave sort, you look over this cliff and you see a part of a vacuum cleaner about halfway down the cliff. And so, a vacuum cleaner is something useful. And so you decide you maybe need that part. But something else I'm kind of thinking about, and these are the kind of things dreams do with the imagery, is they kind of play little word games. And so if it's the part of the vacuum, but it's not the whole vacuum, then what can we assume about it? Well, we can assume it doesn't suck. And you start trying to get this piece, and so maybe you're on this untrodden path. Maybe you're going your own way because you want something that doesn't suck. You want something that's good. You want something that you're really drawn to and attracted to, and you see this part of the vacuum, not the whole vacuum. If it sucked, you might see a whole vacuum, but you see a part of a vacuum, and you decide to reach for it and try and get it. And as you're trying to get it, you end up falling off the cliff. And so that's kind of like recognition of this danger. It's the danger that you're potentially in coming to fruition. And you land on top of a wine barrel. And so what is a wine barrel? Well, a wine barrel is something obviously that holds wine, but why does it hold wine? It's where wine is put to age and to get older. And so you're on top of this wine barrel and it's too high to get off of. You're kind of stuck on it. And so to me, what this kind of says is that in following your own path, the danger is that you might become stuck by age. You may be worried. Your subconscious may be saying to you, there's a danger that in following your own path, you may follow it for so long that eventually you're too old to do something different. And so what I don't think, so here let's talk about my perception of what dreams are and what they mean. A lot of this is influenced by Carl Jung. I believe they are messages from our unconscious, from the wholeness of our unconscious, from the wise, put together, complete part of our unconscious that sees our ego, our limited ego, maybe going in the wrong direction or maybe making an unwise choice, and it tries to kind of nudge us back on the path of completion, of wholeness. And so, to that degree, I find dreams to be warnings or to be advice or admonishment. And so what I don't think this dream is trying to say to you is don't go your own way, stick to the main roads. I don't think it's saying that, but I think it's an encouragement to be aware of the dangers, be aware that going your own way, of looking for those things in your life that don't suck, that it's kind of a lifetime commitment. And you need to be aware of that. And you need to be aware of, I had a video about the left-hand path when it feels like failure. Sometimes you can look up and you've been following your own path for so long and not going the way of the crowd that you're like, oh, I don't have what the rest of the crowd has. And you can make peace with that. You can be okay with it, or you can be destroyed by it. You can let it wreck you. And so I think this dream can be seen as an admonition to just be aware of the path you're on and what comes with that path. The other thing that I want to say about dreams that I probably should have said at the beginning of this video is not every dream means the same thing. That's why dream dictionaries are trash. Anybody who says they can definitely 100% tell you what your dream means and what the images mean are full of crap. If I ever say that, I'm full of crap. And so I don't present these interpretations as, well, here's what it means. I present these interpretations as, well, you know what? Here's a string to pull on. And when you pull on this string, what does it make you think of? Where does it send your thoughts? Is there anything here that feels like it's worthwhile pursuing thinking-wise? Is there anything here that inspires you to think about something else? And ultimately, when you're listening to someone else's interpretation or you're making your own interpretation, you're looking for those things that just feel right. That when you think of it or you hear it, you're like, yeah, that I resonate with that. That resonance. I want to make a distinction between you're not listening for what feels good or sounds good, because that can be very misleading, but you're looking around, you're feeling for what sounds true and feels true. True is different than good. They are not synonymous in this instance, or in many instances, I believe. But so hopefully, Diane, maybe this gives you some threads to pull on, or if anybody else is watching this video and maybe this kind of gives them a way to look at a dream that they've been having. But what is the metaphor? What do the images mean? Unpack those images and decide what they could be saying. And then when you come up with an interpretation, how does that interpretation line up next to your life? Are there correlations? Are there ways that you can see, oh yeah, that is happening in my life. I am on my own path. It is dangerous. I am a little scared of being stuck in this path on into old age. So anyway, Diane, thank you so much for submitting the dream question. I'm sorry it took me so long to get back to it, but here I am. We're ready to go. Thanks for watching.